Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are here to talk about Daybells of our lives. Yesterday, February 16th, 2020, Chad and Lori boarded a plane to Maui. It's too bad we can't hold them where they are in Hawaii. So, I think the Dateline episode from Friday got to them. It's putting pressure on them. When I first saw the picture of them boarding the plane, doesn't it look like Lori maybe put on a little bit of weight, and then Chad's hair, it didn't look like his hair. So I thought, is that them? It was confirmed to be them, but something did come to mind whenever I was looking at it and it wasn't necessarily confirmed. What if they did like decoys that looked like them to board one plane, why they boarded another to go somewhere else? I mean, it was just a thought at the time. It has now been confirmed that they did take a plane to Maui. So, what's next with them, right? That seems to help me with this high profile case is the press is on these people 24/7. There are literally thousands of people watching these guys worldwide. I myself need to remember to use logic and rationale when it comes to this case. The Daybells are not going to make a move without anyone knowing about it. I believe they are under 24-hour surveillance by law enforcement. It's difficult when things like this come up and they are boarding a plane to another part of the island because it brings anxiety and stress to the public, and also anxiety and stress to the family that's involved. There is so much more of a larger picture going on with these two. Something that's interesting about the picture is the body language these two have, because in every other picture or video, they're holding hands or they're super close. But here, there's distance. Now, granted, they're boarding an airplane, so would they be close? I don't know. But I just find it interesting, their body language. Lori is way over to the right, and Chad is there straight in the middle. It would be interesting to know if Lori is left-handed, because she is pulling her baggage with her left hand instead of her right. Now, if she's right-handed and she's pulling it with her left, that's also putting something in between them to distance them. I wonder if they're arguing, or if they had an argument, or if the pressure's really getting to them and that's what they're arguing over. Is the honeymoon phase already over? I don't see how Chad would ever be able to trust her, or how she would ever be able to trust Chad. They're both psychopaths. They're both narcissists. They're going to put the blame on each other. So God only knows what happens behind closed doors when they're discussing this shit. But I don't know. I think that it's finally coming to a head. And Dateline, thank you so much for exposing this. So many more people now know. So, who's going to break first? Chad or Lori? Something that's bothered me since they have not shown the kids to the courts is they're possibly planning a suicide. If they do suicide themselves, how are we going to get any answers in regards to where the children are? If the world doesn't end July 2020, I think it's July 2020, is there going to be a Jonestown massacre? Are they going to drink the Kool-Aid? I mean, you got to look at past cults to understand the mind frame of them, and it's quite possible that that could end up happening. I hope an arrest comes before July. Something else that I read recently is that Tammy Daybell's autopsy might not be back for a whole year. That's a really long time, and I was like, what? But I guess after they have, since they have buried her and they put the embalming fluid inside of her, it takes a lot longer to get the results back and so forth. I mean, a whole year to get back her results, that's a long time. However, Alex, her brother's results will be back in a month. So that will definitely give some insight into what happened to Alex, how he passed. Also, Alex's wife was definitely a part of this cult. And something that's interesting is Alex took her last name. I know, bizarre. But there are people that do it, and that's exactly what he did. I wonder if he was doing that because he was going to go into hiding from law enforcement in regards to Charles' murder. Because I'm not convinced he murdered Charles. Again, that's speculation on my part, my opinion only. I can't imagine in the religion that they grew up in, a man taking a woman's last name would be something that would be accepted. So it's interesting that he would take her last name. There was an agenda, a motive behind it for sure. He's deceased now, so it doesn't matter. Speaking of Alex being deceased, it'd be interesting to know if he has a life insurance policy. And if so, if his new wife is trying to claim that life insurance money. This is just a theory I had, since the wife is a part of the cult, the AVOW cult, a voice of warning, AVOW. If her and Lori and Chad maybe weren't in talks of, hey, you marry him, you'll get his life insurance money, but I need him dead because he knows too much. Or he was ready to turn on her. Because like I've told you before, and I will stand my ground on this, they had an incestual relationship. And I think Alex got pissed when she was marrying Chad, and all things went to shit from there. I think Chad was different with Lori this time compared to her other husbands, where there was always a agenda behind her marrying someone. Money motivated, as we know. And Alex was jealous of Chad and Lori because every other time she's been married, Alex and Lori have been together as well, and they've always had a agenda planned. But this time it was different, and Alex was pissed. I highly doubt Lori or Chad would watch my video, but if they would, I would like to say to them, if you have done nothing wrong, when asked to produce your children to law enforcement to make sure that they're healthy and alive, why wouldn't you? To just even clear your name. I don't understand. If you loved and cared for your children, why would you surrender a storage unit full of their belongings and memories? To me, there is definitely something wrong. What you have shown to the world is you care about nothing but yourselves and only what you can gain for attention in any given situation. You take advantage of people, you lie, you manipulate, and at this point, I suspect you both have murdered. I think you used your brother for gain, for yourself. The example of why I call you a narcissist. I wholeheartedly believe that you did something to Alex. I'm not claiming Alex is some kind of great person, but I do believe that you guys are responsible for what happened to him. He was no longer useful for you, Lori, and that's why he is no longer here. And Chad, Tammy was just in the way. And I guess time will tell soon if your vision was correct and Tammy was going to die from natural causes, or if there's something more sinister at play. Like, subscribe, share, or don't.